This is a short video on how to remove the tank, or at least get it ready for disconnecting the connections of the fuel on a Moto Guzzi Breva 1100. So like always, for safety, we disconnect the negative on the battery, and then at this point just loosen up the bolt that holds the tank in place so that you can lift it up out of the way to reach under it. Remove the side panels so that you can get access to better access to everything, and also just remove that front grill on top of the oil cooler, because that allows the tank to pivot upward. Also, you need to loosen the connections from vacuum from the tank from the T, and here's the fitting that usually breaks that red elbow if you do a lot of force, and you have to, because the cylinder is under pressure most of the time. So the way you get that fixed is we're going to turn on your motorcycle, start it up, and once you have it going, then at that point you can go to the connector for the fuel pump and disconnect it. By doing that, then the motorcycle runs out of fuel, basically it stalls, but also depressurizes the fuel system. And without pressure, then that quick connect fitting on the tank, it opens up much easier. So that's what we're doing here, just holding it up with a piece of wood so that we can keep it open. And now, pushing that fitting out, it's easier. You push it towards the red elbow as you pull back the collar, and that's why it breaks easily, because that red elbow is relatively fragile. Put a rag there so that you catch any fuel that might leak from the remainder. And then at this point, get that quick connect out from the existing tube, right? And we're going to add a little extra piece there to make the connections for that new quick connect that we're adding there. It has to be fuel resistant, and you can buy that at Amazon or AutoZone or any of those retailers for just $5 to $6. Cut a little piece off of the existing tube, because you're gonna have extra when you put the new fitting in, and also so you start with a kind of fresh end for the fitting to go in. Getting that fitting in, by the way, is not easy. It's a tight hose or tube to get into. So the easiest way is to use a little bit of heat from a heat gun to warm it up. Not a lot, but with that, then it goes easily. So you cut a piece of new tubing this is 8mm tubing, fuel resistant, and add the nipple for the quick connect that you're going to be using, as well as the female side of the quick connect from the existing fuel system. Make sure that you tighten those clamps really well, as it's going to be under some amount of pressure from the fuel pump. And once that's ready and it holds, then this is basically what's going to be connecting your red elbow to the new quick connect fitting. So in the future, you don't need to disconnect the red elbow fitting, but you'd rather disconnect the other one, which it's still going to be hard because of the pressure. So you can relieve the pressure the way we showed earlier. But even if it were to be hard and it breaks, replacing that, it's much easier than replacing the fittings that came originally with your Moto Guzzi. So make sure that everything ties up well under the tank, so it's not pinched or preventing the tank to close in anyway. And basically reverse the same steps we did before. Just connect the fuel pump again, and then tidy up the tubes and connections, and connect the vent tubing back to the T out from the tank. And yeah, at this point, then it's just a matter of making sure that things are the way they were beforehand. And once it's done, just test it out. Before you put all the panels back again, just make sure that it starts and your system is working out again like it was before. So, we start the motorcycle up, and let's just make sure that it runs for some minutes without an issue. So if everything runs well, then it's a matter of reversing the steps, putting back all the panels, and just hopefully that takes care of that for the future if you ever have to get that tank off again. Thank you for watching.